Guess what? You just proved that advertising on podcasts works. Reach thousands of local listeners each week and grow your business. Reach out to Talkin Bengals today to find out more by emailing talkinbengals@gmail.com.
Hello and welcome into an exciting edition of Talking Bengals. The Bengals won one last week. They won one the week before. If they win one this week, that's called a winning streak, and it has happened before. So we got the classic Bengals, as we call it, Talking Bengals Classic up tonight. Nick, how we doing?
Doing well, Casey. How you doing, bud?
You know, I can't complain, but if I did, nobody would listen anyway, so that's not what this podcast is about. So we are looking at probably one of the ugliest games I've ever seen as far as, clean play, no penalties. It was ugly, but it was a win. I mean, I'll take it. Definitely ugly, though. But we're going to do what we always do and get into cheers and jeers. Nick, go ahead.
I'm going to start off with Jeers. The ugliness of that game, starting off the first drive with a pick. Burrow knows it was just a bad throw. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He knows what happened. I'm going to say that my jeer was kind of a cheer at the same time, and Burrow's probably worst performance of the year came when the defense actually performed the best that they've performed all year. I mean, the amount of turnovers we had this game alone surpassed the rest of the year. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Though, of course, we're playing against a really bad quarterback. And Burrow,
that's an understatement.
I'm going to say that I'm going to have a second cheer, and I'm going to say Burrow's competitiveness. Yeah. His ability to look at the overall picture of that game and understand just how bad it was in the moment. I mean, the competitor that Joe Burrow is, that is something that is second to none, and I don't see anybody else in the league being able to even come close to what he does. Casey, what are you thinking?
No, I mean, Burrow is tough. He's a great competitor. And, I mean, my jeer, because we're doing jeers first today, goes to Zach Taylor. And not for his play call, but for the second time this year in a press conference, he said he has lost track of the game. And, when they had got a delay game on first and goal from, the half-yard line, where that's a head coach's job to know what the situation is. And the fact that he's come out twice this year and said, I lost track of stuff going on. Okay, you're calling a pretty good offense. I'm not going to say you're not. I'm not saying you have to give up the play calling. But if you're not going to give up the play calling, can you at least get an assistant coach to be the game manager? Somebody to, whisper in your ear, hey, things are going bad here. Hey, clock's running out. Hey, something. Because that's inexcusable. That's going to lose you games if you're playing against a good team. And he's calling good offensive plays overall, so I can't complain there. But if you're not filling the game manager role, somebody's got to fill it. So Zach Taylor, keep calling good plays if that's all you want to do, but get somebody to manage the game. I don't care. I'll do it. Call me. I'm there for you. But I don't know. You got to make that better. It's got to do something better there. You can't keep making those kind of boneheaded mistakes. And my second jeer, boneheaded mistake that he'll regret for the rest of his career, Jordan Battle. Just hold on to the ball, bro. Like, what are you even thinking? Just hold it. None of this. No switching hands. I mean, that may be his only chance at a touchdown his entire NFL career, and he needed out of the back of the end zone.
Casey, all I have to say is run, Forrest, run. Run like you're Forrest Gump. Run into Jenny, and she is literally the back of the end zone, and you're going to hug the goalpost. Hug the goalpost with the ball still in your hands. Whatever.
I don't know what he was thinking. Like, why was he moving the ball at all? Like, I just don't get it. What were you doing that made you?
He was trying to celebrate.
Yeah.
Before
he celebrate 5 yards deep in the end zone.
Yeah, hold on to the ball and jump into the end zone while you're cradling it like a baby.
My cheer now is going to go to T. Higgins because he had a heck of a catch. He had a couple really great catches, and he's a Tennessee guy, so it's got to feel good to show out in front of the home crowd, the home-ish crowd, home state crowd. And you heard a lot of chants of T every time he caught the ball, so he had a big following there with him. And I mean, it's a close game. It's not a far drive from Cincinnati to Nashville, so a lot of Bengals fans made the trip down there. But yeah, he had a great game. He played really well. He made some really tough contested catches, and they just can't say enough good things about T. And I mean, honestly, I will give the defense a semi-cheer, like a golf clap. The entire defense could have been worse, could have been better, but they could have been worse. I mean, like I said, they put together one of their best games of the year. Doesn't mean it was a good game, but it was one of their best games. So we'll give them that much. We'll give them a tiny cheer because I don't know. I mean, out of all of the crazy moments that happened during the game, what was your favorite crazy moment?
I mean, I think everybody's going to remember Jordan Battle fumbling out of the end zone, and that's just sums up literally this year, just the entire year. I'm not going to say it's my favorite because it was so bad. So I'm going to actually pick something. We normally saw ever since Hilton has been in the league. Mike Hilton coming off the edge on a corner blitz. That is literally my favorite thing about watching a Bengals game, is watching Mike Hilton come off the edge, and he darn near took the handoff. He almost took the handoff.
There.
I mean, I don't care how old he is. That man is literally the best corner blitzer in the league, bar none. There's nobody else who does it better than him. And I have not seen, in 35 years of my life, I have not seen someone be able to do what he does as good as he does it.
Yeah, no, he knows what he is, he knows what he's not, and he excels at the things he can do well. So, I mean, yeah, that's a good point there with Mike Hilton. I mean, mine is going to be a little bit weird. Bengals fans, bear with me, my fellow fans here. But when Burrow fumbled or, had the ball taken away from him by Jeffrey Simmons, who tackled him? Who chased him down the field and knocked him out of bounds but Amarius Mims?
My man.
Yeah, that's showing some effort. You have a big guy chasing a big guy. Most offensive linemen are just going to go, yeah, whatever. It's not my problem. Let a running back or receiver chase him down. Mims said, nah, I'm going after this guy, and I am not letting him score. Take him out. So, hey, not a great play for the Bengals overall, and if it was a loss, I probably would not have mentioned it. But you know what? Mims, it shows a lot of heart, shows a lot of effort. And I'm eating crow on this guy because I didn't know if he'd be able to stay on the field, and I'm happy about it. Like I always say, if I pick against a Bengals player or a draft pick or against the Bengals for whatever reason, I always hope they prove me wrong. And Amarius Mims has proven me wrong. Or Amarius Mims has proven me wrong. So, I'll take it. 100%. I will take it. Keep doing a great job. And, I mean, other than that, there was so many just crazy plays. I mean, the Geno Stone interception, pick six. I don't know if there's ever been an easier interception in the history of football.
I mean, the ball literally went right to him.
I mean, it reminded me of my one interception, not that we're going back to high school, but the one time I ever intercepted the ball, the guy literally hit me in the chest with it. Like, you could not catch it.
I mean, Casey, you caught it. So, I mean, really anybody could have caught it at that point.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I was a fantastic athlete. That was not where I excelled. But, yeah, I mean, that's Loader reminded me of so bad. He's just like, oh, my gosh, this guy's going to throw it right at me. Holy crap, he threw it right at me. So just for the pure shock value of Will Levis is an NFL quarterback. I want you to all think about that tomorrow when you're sitting at your desk working. Will Levis is still an NFL quarterback. Just blows your mind.
I do want to say that there is this crazy stat, and I know me, not the stats guy. There's this crazy stat, and it's somewhere in the circular region of one digit being circular, and only one circle in this. And there's a rookie that's on the field on offense who has allowed 0 pressures or sacks. In what, the past 3 games?
Oh, I think it's been all season. I don't know if he's allowed a sack this whole season.
I mean, I don't want to really say anything, but I think everybody who listens to this knows exactly who I'm talking about. And I think that Casey and Zach are going to be wearing some lovely little earrings and a necklace and, some pretty jewelry.
I feel pretty.
Games.
I feel pretty and witty and bright.
I don't know if you follow us on X or not, but I'm giving some crazy opinions out there. If Mims keeps playing like this man is Hall of Fame material, hands down. I mean, the guy has some great talent, and if he stays on top of his game and actually takes some lessons from Sam Hubbard and Joe Burrow about being professional, the sky's the limit for this man.
So, I mean, my question to you is he Willie Anderson 2.0? He's wearing that awesome 71.
I mean, he very well could be the next Willie or even, Munoz type material. I mean, I'll be honest with you, the way that he blocks and the way he's able to move, you don't see big guys be able to move like that.
No.
I mean, that's just something like you're seeing this guy make some steps, doing some cuts and jips and jives and, ninja moves and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, next thing you know, this guy's like halfway down the field and caught up with someone who's already got a head start. I mean, yeah, he's young, but still he's developing skills. He is still developing.
Oh, yeah.
And he is that good already. So if he continues to do that, to do what he's doing right now and continue to build on that, I mean, sky's the limit. And quite possibly when he starts his actual big boy contract, he might be one of the highest paid offensive linemen in the league.
Oh, definitely. Without a doubt. I feel like he's got to be. If it continues this way, we don't see a massive regression. But, I mean, when the Bengals have had good offensive lines, they anchor around a tackle. It's either Whitworth or Willie Anderson or Anthony Munoz. When they have good offensive lines, they have either a great right tackle or left tackle that is the person they build around. And that's what they need. I mean, if you think about it, more than likely, Andrew Whitworth is going to make the Hall of Fame. He better go in as a Bengal, not a stupid Ram. But he may go in as a Ram because that's where he won a Super Bowl and he lives in L.A. He should go in as a Bengal because that was his best years. Willie Anderson should be in the Hall of Fame. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. And Anthony Munoz is in the Hall of Fame. So the Bengals not really hurting for great tackles or wide receivers in their history. Lots of other holes. But offensive tackles and wide receivers, that's the one place the Bengals have excelled throughout this time they've been around. But that's going to bring us to another fun topic that's on everyone's mind, not mine. We don't do mine here. Yeah. As you can tell, neither one of us have any idea. Macarena, more likely. There we go. We're 90s people. We were kids in the 90s, so we do the Macarena. But looking at what we're doing is the Bengals playoff chances. And if you've seen some of the awesome reels and GIFs and memes and all the fun stuff we share on our socials at Talking_Bengals, there is a chance. You're saying there's a chance. Right now it's like 2.5%, but it's there. And you got to squint just a little bit. And tomorrow night, because we're recording on Wednesday, we usually record on Tuesday. But tomorrow night, that Chargers-Broncos game, and it may have already happened by the time you listen to this, it's huge. Absolutely huge. It is a big, important deal because if the Chargers lose, you might as well forget about it. I mean, there's still a chance, but do you expect the Chargers to lose to the Patriots and the Raiders? I don't. I don't think that's going to happen.
Hey. There's a chance. The Raiders beat the Ravens earlier this year. So there is a chance.
The Ravens are a hot bag of garbage. Where if the Bengals knew how to win a game, the Ravens would be in the position the Bengals are in right
and the Bengals will be in the position that the Ravens are in.
Exactly.
Oh.
So, yeah, I think we're all going to be Chargers fans tomorrow night watching that game and hoping they can win. Because if they win and then the Bengals win against the Browns, they almost control their own destiny. Because then they play the Broncos, then the Broncos have to play the Chiefs. So we're all kinds of weird cheering going on. So this week we are Chargers fans, Texans fans, and whoever's playing the Dolphins and the Colts, we're fans of those teams because we just need those Titans. We're big Titans fans. Beat the Colts for us. Bounce back really strong, Mason Rudolph. Do your thing. And then I don't know who the Dolphins are playing. I'm sorry, I had it and I lost it. Just skedaddled right out of there. But whoever's playing the Dolphins, just beat them because then that takes the pressure off, at least for that scenario. And we need the Texans to win so the Chiefs have something to play for in the last week of the season against the Broncos. But that being said, if we don't beat the Browns, it's all for naught. We're worrying about something that doesn't matter. And we're speaking from experience. We're old enough to remember, what was it, 07, 08, or it might be in 06 even, when the Browns beat the Bengals and all the Bengals had to do was beat a bad Browns team to make the playoffs. And the Browns beat them in the last game of the season. And that was I still remember vividly people ripping off their Bengals jerseys and throwing them over the concourse as you walked out. So let's not get to there, Bengals. You just win your games, and we'll just roll the dice and see what fate has to say. Nick, what are your thoughts?
So the 49ers got to beat the Dolphins. I think that should be not a problem. I don't think that should be a problem at all. And of course, the Titans beating the Colts. We got to beat the Browns, of course. And then the Ravens playing the Steelers. I don't know if I can root for either team.
Well, it all depends on how you want this to play out. Because the Ravens, we're not going to – is there a chance we could possibly in some weird, crazy way catch them? Probably crazy, and he is on family duties tonight, so he's unavailable. So I don't know. Is there a way? Maybe. But I'd really like for that Week 18 game against the Steelers to mean nothing to the Steelers. Maybe that's a cheap way to get in, and people are like, well, you're just skating in. You just got to get your ticket to the dance. It doesn't matter how you get there. You just got to get there.
So you're saying that I can't believe I'm saying this, that we want the Steelers to win?
I'm not saying that. I'm inferring that. I can't let those words come out of my mouth.
Okay.
It hurts too much.
And then we want the Texans to beat the Chiefs, so that way they got to continue to play for something when they play their Week 18 game.
Yes. So we need Buffalo to win too.
Yeah. Well, of course, I want Buffalo to win anyway.
Who are they playing?
They're playing the Patriots, so.
Oh, that's easy then. Never mind. Buffalo won.
I don't like the Patriots.
Well, unless you're the Bengals, you can beat the Patriots.
And then, I know the Dumb and Dumber skit. So you're saying there's a chance, right? Yes, there is a chance. And I think that the Bengals, when there is a chance, I think that, really, why not? Why not the Bengals? Especially when there's the opportunity there. The defense is starting to come alive right at the right time of the year. The offense has been, at the very least, on the better side of average all year.
It's been great. They're top 5, top 3.
Well, that's what I said, on the better side of average on their worst day.
Yeah.
And, you couldn't have asked for a better year out of the offense. Even looking at the lineman stats against all year, right? We're middle to lower road on sacks allowed. And then Burrow being able to move around the pocket, kind of climb the ladder in the pocket as well as escaping and, making plays with his feet. We couldn't have asked for a better year from the offense.
No.
Defense, it is your time to step up, complement the offense, by getting a 3-and-out, getting them back on the field so they can score some touchdowns.
I mean, and I know people say, well, you're crazy. What playoff team wouldn't want to see this terrible Bengals defense? Well, and granted, that's true, but crazy ending to lose to the Chiefs. Self-imploded there to lose to the Ravens.
Twice.
Twice. Destructed themselves twice. Should have beat the Commanders. Played them at the wrong time. I mean, they're very beatable now. They just played him as he was ascending, and they didn't, know how to stop people just standing in the holes of the zone. Like, I still don't get it. That's all they did was just stand in the holes of the zone, cover somebody, whatever. It's neither here nor there. But yeah, I don't understand why the defense has played so bad. But I would not want to see Joe Burrow in the playoffs. If I was any of those teams, if I was the Chiefs, the Bills, insert anybody else you want to, I don't want to play Joe Burrow because all you need to happen is for Cam Taylor-Britt to tackle a guy as he comes out of his route and get a pick six. And then, somehow or other you'd have another turnover. And then the Bengals all of a sudden are up by 14, or up by 21 because Joe plays his best in the big games.
I mean, let's just say it this way. They don't want to play the Bengals because bad offenses very rarely have good days. But bad defenses, they get lucky quite often. Because let's just think about it. Think about it this way. On defense, all you need to do is get lucky once or twice in the game.
Mm-hmm.
On offense, we already have a solid offense. You don't want to play a solid offense in the postseason. Because you make one mistake and that solid offense has put you in the hole and you can't come back.
I'm just hoping next time we talk for one of these wonderful shows, we're still talking about the postseason. I'm hoping it's not the death knell. And we're just like, oh, this is sad and depressing. And transitioning into it, let's look at that game versus the Brownies and see how they're going. So they've named their starting quarterback. It's going to be Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Who?
We saw for a little bit of the first time we played him. Jameis Winston has been benched for now. And we'll have to see how that goes. Nick Chubb's foot's broken. Other than that, no major injuries or anyone they're declaring out at this point. But what do you think about the Browns?
I think that if we don't at least beat them by 3 touchdowns, I think that it was a bad game.
I think Joe Burrow would agree after his comments on the sideline last week, which we're not going to even get into because everybody's beat him to death. But yeah, 3 touchdowns seems fair. I mean, it's a rivalry game. Myles Garrett's still a dangerous player. That defense is still a good defense. But you've got to find a way to win this game. And, I mean, it's kind of a good measuring stick here. Because if you can't beat the Browns in a game you have to win, you have no business in the playoffs. You really don't.
Save me from tears. I'll give it to someone special. Once bitten and twice as shy. I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. Merry Christmas, I wrapped it up and sent it with.
What other insights you want to go into about the Browns-Bengals?
I mean, quite honestly, defense just has to get a couple 3-and-outs, maybe a turnover. Most importantly, just play at least average. Just play middle of the road. You don't even have to set the bar high to where you're playing lights out. Just middle of the road. Joe Burrow will take care of the rest.
Yeah. And don't let Chase Brown run the ball. That's what I'm wanting to see. Let him become active. Keep them on their toes. Don't let them just pin their ears back and blitz Burrow as much as they want. Yeah, you got to do something that's going to let Burrow be a little bit more comfortable back there because they do have a good pass rush. So, hey, just give him some time. Give the ball to Chase Brown. Let him bust up some of these awesome runs that he's been doing. And that's going to take a lot of pressure off Burrow. And then give the ball to Jamar Chase. He makes things happen. Chase one way and Chase the other way. Just let them both have it and go.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, getting the ball out of Joe Burrow's hands to Jamar Chase or Chase Brown, either way, you're gonna win a game doing that.
Which brings us to our prediction time. Nick, I'm going to let you go first for your prediction.
35-14.
35-14 Browns.
Who day?
So last week I dispelled the rumor that had been going around that anytime I pick the Bengals to win, they lose. But just knowing it's a Browns-Bengals game, I've seen way too many close games to try to call it a 3-touchdown victory margin. I hope you're right. Again, I'm hoping that you are right. But I'm going to go for 24-16 Bengals. So
how are they going to get 16?
What?
How are they going to get 16? What, 2 field goals?
Take your career to new heights with Constructive Curiosity. Whether it's career coaching, mental performance training, or business management consulting, Constructive Curiosity has the insight to get it right. Visit constructivecuriosity.com to get started today.
Goals and a touchdown with a 2-point conversion?
Well, they're going to get some field goals and stuff. There's a lot of ways you can get to 16. You can have 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions. You can have 1 touchdown and 3 field goals or whatever it is.
And an extra point?
Yeah, no, but so 7, 10, 13, 16. So, yeah, 3 field goals and a touchdown and an extra point. Yeah, you got it. So there's a way to get to 16. It's better than 26, which I picked last week. That was a mistake. It's a hard one to get to.
I don't think it's going to be that close, but I've been wrong. Literally, what week are we in? 15? I've been wrong 14 weeks in a row, and then however many weeks we played last year.
Same disclaimer. Do not make any bets off of anything we say. You will lose unless you follow Josh's advice last week, and then you would have won the Talking Bengals challenge because he picked 26 receptions for Joe Burrow. It was exactly 26 receptions, which Nick, tell everybody about what this week's Talking Bengals challenge question is.
That is a great question, Casey. So this week's Talkin' Bengal challenge is Chase Brown plus or minus total yards, plus or minus 10 yards total offense for Chase Brown. That's both rushing and passing. He's been pretty consistent, so it should be kind of easy.
And it's the season for giving. So if you do guess within the range, you get 1 shirt. If you guess right on the dot and get it 100% correct, you get 2 shirts because we are giving people here. And it is the holiday season. So just comment on the post on Facebook when we put it up there. Comment on X or on TikTok or wherever else you see it. Just go ahead and comment with what you think it is or comment right here on the YouTube. Go ahead and send me our YouTube comments. Put it there. Anywhere, we'll see it. We'll make sure you get your stuff. Why not? It's free. It costs you nothing to try. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Chase Brown plus or total yards plus or minus 10. And that's going to bring us to the closing thoughts here. That's a quick one.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're, under 30 minutes already? So, closing thoughts. This week was nice. It was nice, being able to enjoy watching the Bengals win even when they play crappy. That's what a good team does. Even when you play bad, you still win. And, coming up this week, I hope we just put everything together and it's just lights out.
Podium Automotive is a proud sponsor of Talkin' Bengals. In Greater Cincinnati, it's Podium Automotive for all your auto needs. Skilled technicians, quality service you can trust, and fair prices. Tell us Talkin' Bengals sent you and get 5% off all services. Schedule your appointment today on Facebook at Podium Automotive or call 859-869-0097.
Tomorrow night, we just need the Broncos to lose to the Chargers, and we need Justin Herbert to play lights out.
Yeah, let's go Chargers. Sounds weird to say.
I used to like the Chargers when they had LaDainian Tomlinson, but other than that, go Chargers.
When they're in the powder blues, they have cool uniforms. I will say that. I like the powder blue.
I love the powder blue. That's good. That's a good uniform. Not as good as our whiteout uniforms, but they're pretty cool.
True. As long as we never do the orange out again, it'll be fun.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was awful.
With that. It was not my favorite. I don't want to go back to it. But my closing thoughts, I do shameless plugs because I don't care. Get your copy of Tales of a Toy Soldier, The Corpse. Awesome dystopian fiction written by yours truly. It's available on Amazon. Get your copy. You can still get it by Christmas if you order soon. And now back to Bengals stuff. I'm just excited that they're still in it. I mean, there's nothing more depressing than being out of the race in October or November, and you're just like, we're 2 or 3 win team. It's bad. It's been an ugly year, an absolutely ugly year. But you do know that the 9-7 Giants, back when you only played 16 games, won 2 Super Bowls, being 9-7. And you're going to tell me that those teams were great all year and they really deserved to be Super Bowl champions. Everybody thought they were, but they won when it mattered. So this team is not out of it until they're out of it. Does that mean they're going to go on an epic run? Who knows? But the fact that we're still cheering for that and we still have hope to play in the postseason, I'm all for it. So since Burnsy's not here to talk about our socials, I guess I'll go ahead and plug them. We are at Talking_Bengals everywhere you can possibly find us. TikTok, X, also known as Twitter for those of us who don't follow major takeovers, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, also nofilter.net. You can check us out there. That's our new thing. We're going to be doing some live shows here coming up soon. But yeah, just smash the subscribe button. And I got to give a huge shout out to our man, the CIO of Talkin Bengals. Burnsy, you are crushing it with the reels. We got over 1.5 million views on one of the reels this week. We officially went viral as Talkin Bengals. So if you're not on the train yet, jump on. We're going great places. And we will talk to you guys after the Browns game, hopefully for a victory. Hoo-day.
Hoo-day.